call to order. We'll have the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council activity reports. You want to start, Paul?
I gotta think about it. I'll pass right now. Go ahead, Megan.
Okay, so I just had the EDAP meeting, because our policies and procedures was canceled. We discussed terms for members, and caps on the interest rates. We already talked about doing a new housing study in downtown, and we also discussed the previous issue we had with, the new brewery opening up and the hockey and gambling involved there, so, and it was interesting because it was kind of presented to us that they will be open for any and all people who want to go there and have a fundraiser via bingo or whatever else, and it just happens that the Hockey Association would like to do that. So I'm pretty comfortable going forward with that, since there will be opportunities for other organizations as well. I think that's it, but just a public service announcement, because I just did get one of these texts. There's a MnDOT scam going around, where they'll send you fake messages pretending to be MnDOT or the Minnesota Easy Pass system, or any other tolling agencies, and they'll like try to direct you to a payment link and all that.
I just got one.
Did you get one? Crazy. But MnDOT would like everyone to know that they will never text or email you for those kinds of things, and they do not accept credit card numbers by mail, email, voicemail, any of those things. So if you get one, ignore it, and yes, don't click on that and pay it. That's all I got.
Donna?
Just me. Let's see. I attended the downtown meeting. Tarek was there.
Yep.
I guess just continuing to work on all those ideas. And then yesterday, the community center, not yesterday. Where was I? Thursday, the community service center meeting. And that is all.
Paul?
I don't have any report. Everything got canceled, that's why I couldn't remember.
And I also had the EDAP meeting and the monthly Green Roof Center meeting, and their meal program is going very well. They're still accepting donations for that program and all the good programs that they have. Department heads. Bill?
In your packet, you'll see our numbers through February, which are really good. We're off to a very good start this year. March has slowed a little bit. I think since we can't ice fish anymore, that's kind of having an effect. It was a really great January, February for us. We're following suit, like I talked about earlier, a couple weeks ago, with nationwide with non-alcoholic products being up, tequila being up, and very happy with where we're going on some of the profits. Our next wine club is April 3rd at American Legion. It's a little bit earlier this month. We're working around a couple events that the Legion is hosting. This one is a trip around the world, and I'll be hosting that one. So we'll make up stuff as we go. And then our last wine club for the spring will be May, the second week in May, or May 8th it is, I'm sorry, first week in May, and that will be a walk-around event. Those are always very popular. Everybody's going to be bringing their summer products that they'd like us to try. Informational, again, I am in charge of the prizes for MMBA Liquor Conference, which goes the 25th through the 29th, so I'll have a trailer backed up at home, and we've got product already in the store that is set aside for MMBA. Chris will be attending the 26th through the 29th. Along with Reed is going to join us and see how hard we work at these conferences. And he'll have a report for you all when he gets back. Yeah, so, and then, of course, we're on the agenda tonight to approve the plans that we've had so far and answer any questions that we can to move forward with the proposals. That's all I have.
Well, I attended also the EDOT meeting and the downtown meeting with Donna. One of the things that was interesting that came out of the downtown meeting was, when we're talking about a strategic plan like we did at the workshop, they would like to see it more, get more community involvement or more involvement of the other boards to make sure that we're all on the same page and working towards the same goals of that plan. Last week was also the MCFOA conference. It's an annual conference. This year it was in Brooklyn Park. There were several discussions. I think one of the more prominent discussions that was there was about liquor stores and the new cannabis and dispensary laws coming out, and, questions to be considering are some potential liability issues that they're not really sure what they'll be like yet. And then there were some other sessions on grant funding and budgeting that I also found pretty interesting. And I also want to note that the soccer club gave us a donation of $1,000 to go towards Ampey Park, and they're hoping to be able to give us donations annually to help support the shelter. And of course, we're thankful that, they did give us that. And, that's all I have.
Thank you. Public open forum, anybody here to talk about anything? If no, we'll continue. We'll go into the consent agenda. We have the minutes, Public Works, February 10th, February 24th, City Council, February 11th, the Liquor Board. Vouchers totaling $274,871.10. Refuge licenses, West Central Sanitation, LRS of Minnesota, Tommy Kramer Incorporated, BNC Cleanup, Waste Management of Minnesota. And their fee is $150 each. And also beer licenses, 3-2, to run from April 1st of 25 to 3/31 of 26, $125 annual fee, Quick Trip, Cronus Lanes, Painesville Baseball Club. And lastly, League of Minnesota Insurance Liability Coverage Waiver. And we always go with the not waive the monetary limits of municipal tort liability established by Minnesota Senate 46604 and authorize mayor to sign. That's it for consent. If I could have a motion.
I'll move to accept.
Motion by Megan, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Paul, in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Old business, we're up to the liquor store plans and specifications. Page 7 of your agenda.
Okay. So yeah, state your name and, no, go ahead. Yeah, that way you're on the microphone, we can hear.
Good evening, council. My name is Mitch Elise. I am a project engineer with Bolton & Mink. I work directly underneath Chuck on a vast majority of his projects. He was unable to be here tonight, so he asked that I come in his place. I am joined with our head architect, Adam Lockhart, to help assist with any questions that you guys may have. As the agenda stated, we are here to get approval for the plans and specifications for the liquor store project, as well as authorization for advertise for bid. The council wishes to proceed. We'd be looking at advertising on Wednesday, March 26th, opening bids April 17th, and presenting those bids to council at the April 28th council meeting. Can certainly take any questions regarding that time frame or the project in general.
We've had several meetings with Adam, Reed, and I, a lot of phone calls. it's gone, I mean, we've made some changes and they've been really good to work with, so I think we've got it pretty well narrowed down. We're still working on a little bit of the cooler, which would be separate, the shelving would be separate, and the sign will be separate.
So the design has been finalized and all,
That's what, the
yep, it's just seeking approval to go get bids for the
go
project.
for the bids, yes.
And all the changes from the liquor board meeting are approved?
Yes, and we've had more
I
changes.
think Adam was there, I was there too.
Yeah, more changes since then
Okay.
as well. The one cooler gentleman was on vacation. I know Adams, we were working on that as even today, so, and Rita and Adam talked today, so, yeah, just trying to get everything finalized. So it's going well.
So with that, I'll make a motion to approve the liquor store plans and specifications and authorize advertisements for bids.
I'll second.
Motion by Paul, second by Megan to approve the liquor store plans and specs and authorize advertisement for bids. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, retirement agreement.
Yes, this is an agreement that we have done in the past. I mean, it's the first one that I've seen, but we reviewed it with our labor attorney, and it is stated in the union contract that something written down in an agreement is required. So the draft agreement that you see is an agreement that we have used in the past, and it's really for Ron. It explains out his benefits and retirement.
Basically, covering insurance for a period of time.
Yes, covering insurance for a period of time, and as I mentioned, it was the first time I've seen it, but we have used the same agreement in the past, and we made sure our labor attorney did review it as well.
Well, if anybody deserves it, I think Ron does. So if I could have a motion in a second.
I'll move to approve the retirement agreement between the city of Painesville and Ron Mergen.
Motion by Megan,
Second.
second by Paul. All in favor of the retirement agreement?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. New business B is a housing study.
Yeah, we had commissioned our bids for a housing study. If we are looking to do real estate development here and attract real estate developers, they do ask for, or their bankers ask for housing study that's recent for them to be able to get financing on the project. The most recent housing study we did was April 2020, so that, that's 5 years ago, and we would like to get that updated. We got two proposals, Bolton and Mink is one of them, and CEDA is the other one. I brought this to EDAP to discuss it because the funds, if approved, will be coming out of EDAP. I also applied for a grant with Compeer Financial, which will give us up to $5,000 to do the study. I should know the result probably in about a week or so if we get this grant. But in any case, EDAP did approve the housing study and funds to come out of EDAP. And the firm they selected for this was Bolton and Mink, primarily due because the timeline was shorter and the fact that the timeline was shorter, and of course, the amount was less than CEDA.
Bid came in quite a bit
Yeah.
better. Any other discussion or ready for a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the housing study proposal from Bolton and Mank Incorporated in the amount of $14,212 with funds to come from the EDAP fund.
Motion by Paul,
Second?
second by Donna. The motion is to approve the housing study, Bolton and Mink, in the amount of $14,212. Funds to come from EDAP. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That kind of wraps up the short meeting. We got some informational.
We have a closed session as well, once you're done.
Yep. Oh, we should do, we do this first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Informational, we got meeting schedules for April and May. Like Bill said, the liquor store update. Profitability report. And the notice, happy retirement. Join us for a retirement reception honoring Ron Mergen, Thursday of this week from 4 to 6. City Hall Council Chambers, the public is welcome. Ron has served the city of Painesville over 37 years. We wish him all the best in his retirement. A letter from Stearns County talking about zoning, meeting on March 11th. It's for the 9.4 acres, well, it's over. I guess the letter tells us that was the date and it was approved.
Yep.
And lastly, a denial of the multi-purpose community facility projects grant that was for the library, correct?
Yeah, we're hoping to get this grant to help with the engineering and architectural design work for the library, and yeah, we were not successful in the grant this year.
So that's the
We'll have to try again.
letter of denial.
Yeah.
So we need to go into closed session. We'll need a motion and a second to close the session and deal with a real estate transaction on 120 Business 23, parcel number 70.39.094.0000.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion, Megan, second, Paul. Go into closed session, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carried.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys, everybody. Thank you guys for coming. Okay, we discussed purchasing some property at 120 Business 23 East, which is a lot. And I guess at this time I look for a motion to approve the purchase agreement between the seller, Gilmore Properties, and the buyer, City of Painesville.
I make a motion to approve the purchase and sale agreement between Gilmore Properties and the city of Painesville.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Paul motion, Paul motion and Megan second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Is that sufficient, Sam, or do you need a resolution?
You said it was the,
So I think the motion was just an approval of the resolution. I mean, it was pretty clear to me that you're.
Okay, yeah, as long as that's clear, okay.
I think you have what you need. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank you. Any other business to come before the council?
nope.
Otherwise, motion to adjourn.
Yep.
Yeah, motion by Mike.
You are adjourned.
All right, thanks.
Aye.
Thank you, Sam.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.